Fish tanks are cool here, and we're back with another build. We're going to start off with this piece of plastic that I pre-cut 6 inches by 8 inches. Pretty much the same size as this tank. This piece right here is a nice little twig. It was actually a table. I made a miniature table out of twigs and I hot glued it together and it fell apart, and this is what I'm going to be incorporating with the build today. So it was really cool. We're using some sand we got from Home Depot. It's about $3-4 for 40-pound bag. This is some potting soil that was laying around the yard. I did not go out and buy it. And this is some pea pebble between $3 or $4 as well for a 40-pound bag at Home Depot. Now I did not have any type of glue or acrylic or anything like that to really hold this piece in place, so I'm trying to just wedge it the best I can. Before the video, I pre-cut that piece, and I also laid out this same template and kind of got it how I wanted to. Just had to redo it, for the video, get it in place. Now I'm going to start with the first layering of pea pebbles. Oh, had to throw the light on real quick. Yeah, it was too dark. But so what I'm going to try to do is throw some pea pebbles in the front of this piece and in the back of it, and I'm going to kind of try to anchor it in place. And I'm going to do the same thing with this piece of plastic. Definitely kind of rushed it. Could have got some glue, could have got some better supplies, but who cares? We're making the build. These aquariums are basically pieces of art, you know what I'm saying? So if you're just taking things from around the house and you're able to build something cool and self-sustaining and you enjoy it, then cool. Just added some rocks in the front, a little bit to the side. Now we're putting some in the back and kind of keeping the cycle going. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. Putting some weight on each other, making sure that we have a good, strong structure that we're going to build off of. It kind of makes me sad we're so far into this video and I haven't even mentioned that this is a 2.5 gallon aquarium that I got on sale at PetSmart for $9.99. It did have a plastic bottom, which was really weird. But, so, now we are adding the potting soil. Yes, potting soil. We're adding it. Yep. Just take your time. Slowly layer it out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up this berm. I got this whole section over here to this side that I'm going to make is the main terrestrial plants, the plants that are going to live outside of the tank. So I do not have the problem with roots going into the water column and into the main part of the tank. Everything's going to be separated, but it's not separated. The water's still going to flow to both sides. Everything's going to be cool. So we're just trying to get this potting soil up as high as we can. Oh yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Essentially what that is over there to the right side is it's going to have the terrestrial plants that'll live up out of the water, and it'll basically be a huge filtration system, just natural filtration. I will start off this tank with a filter for a little while, until it is self-sustaining with the plants and the fish and the ecosystem. Now I'm just going through, I'm capping it off with pea pebbles. Capping the soil off. We don't want the soil easily accessed by the water column. We do not want that. It'll make a mess once you start adding some water. Now, this right here is just a basic house plant. I cannot tell you the name for it. If you have the name, let me know. Now, I just held it up and I literally just poured rocks around it. I did not just push it down and put the rocks on it. I let the rocks form around the rooting system. Now I'm capping the rocks off with some sand. I think it's gonna look nice. There's no specific purpose that the sand does. I wanted to have a sandy tank. I wanted to go get some cheap sand and some cheap pebbles and make a cheap build. You don't have to have the most expensive equipment out there to have a functioning, nice, beautiful fish tank. Like this right here is just something that came out of my mind right on the spot, and I used what was laying around and created it. Now I'm not adding that much sand on the bottom layer. You know, I'm only gonna go up maybe like an inch or two with the rock and sand combined. That's probably gonna be about it. I don't plan on having too much plants down there, maybe toward the back wall. But the aquarium plants are mainly gonna be in the back on that shelf. And I'm just doing a final packing with my knuckles, just lightly just going across and packing everything down. And then I decided to use this scraper and I was gonna do something cool with the rocks, but I kind of scratched it and just basically just smoothed the rest of this out with that. Looks so good. Okay, now we're about to add some water. Now we're gonna put a dish inside of it, and it's gonna prevent a lot of things from disrupting. Now, watch as the water rises. This is time-lapse times crazy. Now when the water rises, you'll see all this sand. Everything sinks down in there and really settles in. So sad. Look at that back shelf. Completely sunk in. Not completely. It's still there, but we're going to leave it as is. Kind of gives it a look like it's been there for a while. And as you can see, there's still so much trapped oxygen underneath all the sand and the rocks, and over time it's slowly going to release. And I did put a little mini filter on the top. Look at that right there. Nice showpiece. Looks good. Turn the lights on. The aquarium desk is really coming together. I love plants. I love fish tanks. This hobby really means a lot to me. And in the last year, I've fully transformed my lifestyle with the fish tank hobby and having only and strictly live and natural objects involved in the fish tank. You know, I've always had fish tanks, you know, for 10, 15 years. I've always been able to maintain and have crystal clear, good water. You know, I never cared about lighting or plants. So in the last year and a half, year or so, it's been very fun. It's been very enriching. Being able to create certain ecosystems where I can completely remove a filter off of it and not have anything at all going on with it, and it fully self-sustain for months and even a year at a time is crazy to me, and it's just awesome. And having that in your house, you know, nature in your house at all times is awesome. And I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. This is Fish Tanks Are Cool, and don't forget to like and subscribe, maybe even drop a comment if you found the video cool, and you guys have a great day.